Okay, this will be part 2 of our teaching today we're reading from Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4. And we're talking about this particular verse here is a riddle that we're to search out and to discover the truth here. It talks about the fact is, of course, this is a description of our Creator because of the way this is worded. Verse 4 says, "Who has ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist, and who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if you can tell?" Well, really, I could say that the short end of this is that they have the same name. Their name is Yahuwah, because they're one and the same. Now, when the Messiah came to the earth as Yahuwah, manifest in the flesh, and the scriptures declares that Yahusha is the manifestation of the Father. He said himself, "If you've seen me," talking to Philip in John chapter 14, "if you've seen me, Philip, you've seen the Father." He also declared in John chapter 10, verse 30, that he and the Father were the same, or the one, which is meaning the same thing, that he and the Father are the same. So really, the name of the when the Yahuwah walked on the earth, came in the flesh as a man, his name was called Yahusha. And we're going to talk about and show you in the scriptures where this is proven. And but like I said, the simple answer to this verse of this riddle is that they have the same name. It's Yahuwah right now. Now I know when he walked on the earth, like I said, and for the purpose of understanding Yahuwah in the flesh, is to use the name of the Messiah when he walked on the earth as Yahusha. But now, of course, he has fulfilled his mission. He came. Redemption is now complete, and he sits on the right hand of the Father. And he and the Father are one and the same. You may not understand that. I may not understand that. But we're not called to have to figure and understand it all out. In fact, if your brain and my brain could figure out the Creator, then he's not a very big creator. And so you and I just need to accept the fact is that we just believe it because the Scripture says it. And so he and the Father are the same. And of course, there's so many scriptures that really bear this out. I want to read actually from my notes here. And to prove this out even further is in the book of Isaiah, or the real name for the prophet Isaiah is Yasha-Yahu. That's what the prophet's name is in Hebrew, was Yasha-Yahu, not Isaiah. Isaiah is a made-up name. It's not his real name. But Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 says, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." Now notice this. The child that is born, talk about the son that is given, the government shall be upon his shoulders, and he shall be called, these are titles that the Son would be called, the same titles that the Creator would be called. He would be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God. In other words, the Messiah is called the Mighty God because he is. Everlasting Father. Here we have a prophecy in the Scripture declaring that the Son would have the same titles as the Father because he is the Father. He's not only the Father, but he's the Son. Prince of Peace. This prophecy was 750 years old when Yahusha was born. It speaks of a child being born and his son being given, who would be called, among other things, Mighty God, Everlasting Father. These are titles that belong to Yahuwah only. Here we have a son who would be called by the same names as his father. Also in Psalm chapter 2, David wrote of Yahuwah, anointed one, the Messiah, the Mashiach, being his king, who Yahuwah would call his son, and to whom he would give the earth as a possession. He said, everyone who takes refuge in the Son will be blessed. Certainly, David was not describing a mere man, because Yahuwah never spoke of a man this way. So in Psalm 2, David wrote of Yahuwah's anointed Mashiach being his king, whom Yahuwah would call his son, and to whom he would give the earth as a possession. He said that everyone who takes refuge in the Son will be blessed. Certainly, David was not describing a mere man, because Yahuwah never spoke of a mere man that way. He was talking, of course, of himself. I hope you see the connection here. We're going to, in my next session, I'm going to read in, reveal to you in the book of Revelation how the Messiah declared himself as the Aleph and the Tav, the first and the last, which is a description, of course, a title of Yahuwah as well. And we'll talk about that in our next session. Please continue to like the videos and share them with others. Thank you.